Alright guys, I don't know if this was me or if you guys felt this way too, but when I finished watching this movie, I actually wanted there to be a real Birdman movie out there. You know, like I want someone to make a Birdman movie now with someone playing the character Birdman. Do you get what I mean? You know, I don't know, I think that concept is pretty badass. Anyway, hey there guys, what's up? It's Autobot Mike 18 here with another movie review. Guys, in this video I'm going to be reviewing, I'm going to be reviewing a film that has gotten so much hype, so much Oscar buzz, and I luckily got a chance to see it way before the Oscar season is going to roll around. And of course, the film I'm going to be reviewing, I already mentioned the title, is Birdman, or as the title is fully called, Birdman or the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. That's the full title. Am I going to call this YouTube video that? No, because that is way too long. But yes, guys, Birdman, starring Michael Keaton and directed by Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. Did I say that right? I think I said that right. Yes. Actually came to one of my theaters. I was very surprised. Now this film, before I get into the thing with it coming to my theater, Birdman has gotten a crazy amount of Oscar buzz already. I think it premiered somewhere at one film festival or something. Maybe it was at New York Film Festival, I don't know. But that's when the buzz really started to get, you know, like people really started hyping up this movie, and people were saying, you know, some are calling it one of the best of the year, the best of the year. It's going to get multiple Oscar nominations. So, of course, this movie flew under my radar, and of course I had to see it. And luckily, I know the film technically has been in limited release since October 17th, so that's when it officially came out in the theaters. But it came out in my independent theater that's like 20 minutes from my house. It's the same theater I saw Boyhood in earlier this year. They got Birdman, and I got really excited. I was like, yes, I can go see the movie, and I won't have to wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. I can see it before Oscar season, and I did get to see it, and now I'm going to review it to you guys. I'm going to be honest, before the Oscar buzz started for this movie, I wasn't really that pumped. Like, the trailer really didn't do anything for me. I was like, oh, alright, looks alright. But then, you know, the buzz started up, and I'm like, alright, it's probably really good. You know, I'm going to definitely have to go see it. So I did get a chance to see it at my small independent theater that's close to where I live. And by the way, they're getting Whiplash in next week, and I am really thrilled about that. So I'm going to be seeing Whiplash as well, if all goes well, at some point this weekend or next week. Anyway, getting into Birdman or the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Birdman tells the story of a washed-up, once well-known actor, Riggan Thomson, played by Michael Keaton, of course. And he was an actor who really had it all at some point in the early 1990s when he starred in 3 popular blockbuster films named Birdman. He starred in 3 Birdman movies as the title character. And, you know, he was really well known then. He was really popular celebrity. He thought he was going to go places with his career. And it turns out he really didn't do anything that noteworthy afterwards, after he starred in the 3 Birdman films. He's sort of gone, like, on a downhill path in his career. And it's 20 years later, it's in the present day, and he wants to do something about this. So he decides to write, direct, and star in a Broadway play that he's putting together. He's going to be playing one of the lead roles, and he has the tension of putting together this play, the stress, I meant to say, of putting together this play, making sure everything goes right, because he wants this play to be his big comeback role to fame, where people will finally recognize him again, and finally recognize him as a really solid celebrity, a really solid actor, and in this case, a really solid director and writer. And so he has a lot riding on this play, namely in regards to getting his relevance back, and that is his mission, is to make this play a success. And of course, the actors who are starring in the play are played by the actors in real life. I almost forgot his name. Edward Norton, Andrea Riseborough, and Naomi Watts. And that is basically the premise behind Birdman, guys. And like I said, as I watched the trailer for this movie, I really didn't get too hyped for it. And I think one of the reasons why I didn't get pumped for the movie is because it's a film about a film actor who was a film, you know, he had been a film actor in his past, is now trying to put together a Broadway play. I'm not a fan of theater. You guys, I've mentioned this before, I'm not a fan of theater or plays at all. They tend to bore me, actually, and I'm just not a fan of them. So immediately, as soon as I saw that in the trailer, as soon as I saw that's what some of the movie was going to be about, I'm like, really not for me. Boy, was I wrong. That's right, guys. I don't know why I thought that as I first watched the trailer, because Birdman is without a doubt one of the best films I've seen this year, and I'm pretty sure it's going to wind up on that top 10 list at the end of the year. In that, I loved this movie, guys. Birdman was incredible for a multitude. You know what? I'm not going to say multitude of reasons. There's really 3 solid reasons that carry this movie and still make it the best film, one of the best films of this year. Birdman is just such an engrossing, captivating, exciting story. And the way it is shot, directed, acted just blows my mind. I'll say this much right here, guys. This is probably the best directed film I've seen all year long. I kid you not. Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu. I apologize if I am pronouncing your name wrong, and I also apologize for never having seen a film from you before. I don't know if this is, I doubt this is his first film, because this is a really tough project to carry out on, you know, for your first film. So I don't think it is his, but this is the first film I've seen from him, and it'll be a darn tragedy if he does not get nominated for Best Director come the end of this year, because this is probably the best directed film I've seen all year long. It blows my mind about how you even go about directing a film like this with its scale as grand as it is, and having it pull off the illusion that it was shot all in one take, which I'll get into much later on. This film is also one of the best acted films I've seen all year, and that the performances are absolutely off the chart, incredible in this movie. And it also has a very interesting screenplay that is somewhat darkly funny. It's, you know, it's smart, it's satirical in that it sort of works as a satire, you know, on Hollywood and celebrities and the media and film critics themselves. There's even a jab about film critics in this movie, and I think that's something that I connected with, we all connected with. And the movie has a lot of really important, heavy-hitting themes about feeling important in society, or feeling relevant, or wanting to feel more, you know? It really says a lot about it, and I think that's something we can all connect with. I think at one point in our lives, especially if any older people are watching, not like really old, but, you know, anyone in their like 30s or 40s, I'm pretty sure they've all hit a point in their life where they just didn't feel important or relevant in society. They wanted to feel that. They yearned to feel that. And that's what Michael Keaton's character is going through in this movie, and I think that those themes are really portrayed very well in Birdman, and that's why I really liked this movie as much as I did. I really loved those themes that were portrayed, and the fact that it took jabs at Hollywood celebrities and actors on Broadway and theater actors and all that, and film critics and the public. I loved all of that stuff. I think that is all great, and it really added to my enjoyment of this film. But what I want to really get into real quickly next, guys, are the performances in Birdman, because like I said, not only is this one of the best directed films of the year, it's one of the best acted films of the year too, with Michael Keaton at the head, who I'm pretty sure is a shoo-in to get a Best Actor nomination. I'm not sure if he's going to win. It's still a little too early to tell, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be one of the 5 people on that list at the end of the year. And I think this was a perfect role for him, because all those years ago, he played Batman in the original Batman movie. You know, like the first Batman movie, he was Batman. I still haven't seen that. And that was like the peak of his career. And I'm not saying he's gone on like a downward path. He's been in a couple of good films here or there between Batman and Birdman. But now he's starring in Birdman, and everyone's saying this is like one of his best performances ever, if not his best. So his choice to be in this movie parallels the character in this movie, and I really like that, you know? So it's like this role really connected with him on a personal level. Like, oh, look, I played Batman all those years ago. Now I want this to be my comeback role. Same thing going on in the movie. Riggan Thomson, I forget his name. Michael Keaton's character. I played Birdman all those years ago. I want this Broadway role to be my big comeback role. And he wants to really succeed. He's very vulnerable and desperate. You know, he's very hopeful that this is going to be his big break. And he has all that hope. And I don't want to say whether or not it pays off at the end. But he has a lot riding on this play is all I'm going to say. Getting into the other performances, Edward Norton playing one of the actors playing one of the other male actors in the play, incredible. I think one of the best performances I've ever seen from him is Fight Club. I haven't seen American History X, but he is amazing in Birdman. There are a few incredible scenes between him and Michael Keaton. I'm pretty sure he's also a lock to get a Best Supporting Actor nomination. But I loved his character. He was sort of cocky, sort of that actor like, you know what, I want things done this way, I want things done that way, I don't like you're doing that, blah, blah, blah. And I really liked his character very much, and there was a very memorable scene between him and Michael Keaton in this movie. The rest of the cast, all incredible. Emma Stone probably gives one of the best probably the best performance I've ever seen her give, and I would love to see her get a Best Supporting Actress nomination. She had a really powerful scene between her and Michael Keaton in this movie, and I still can't stop thinking about that scene. It's probably my favorite scene of the whole movie, actually. I really liked that. Naomi Watts even had a scene where she really showcased what a great actress she is as well. You know, if it's not a crowded year, I'd love to see her and Emma Stone both get nominations. Andrea Riseborough was really good. Even Zach Galifianakis, as we know him from Alan from the Hangover movies. I did not see Alan from the Hangover movies in his character. His character was very funny, and I really liked him in the role as the producer of the play. I mean, it's just this whole cast blows you away with Michael Keaton and Edward Norton at the head, both giving two Oscar-worthy performances, along with Emma Stone and Naomi Watts. And I'd really love to see all those Oscar-worthy people get nominated for things. Anyway, guys, moving on, getting into my rating for Birdman. Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie, and it's one of those films that I think is going to really stick with you. And if you're a film lover, I think it's a must-see for you. You know, if you want to become a director one day, you know, maybe you'll never direct a film like this, you know, in the sense that it was shot looked like it was shot to make it look like it was all done in one take. You'll probably never work on a project like this. I'll never work on a project like this, but it's just it's a complete marvel to just sit back and look at what was accomplished. And for that reason, because I have the utmost respect for the filmmakers, for the cast, and for the fact that this is an expertly directed and acted film and one of the most engrossing, captivating, and entertaining movies of the year, I'm going pretty high with my Birdman score. I'm going to give it a solid 9.25 out of 10 or an A-. I really, really love this movie. Starting off with all the things I loved about Birdman. Number one, like I said, directing. It's one of the best directed films of the year, and it'll be an absolute travesty if Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu is not nominated. I don't see him not getting a nomination. I would call it the best directed film of the year, but we also had Gone Girl and Boyhood. David Fincher and Richard Linklater also did two great jobs, but I might give it to Alejandro Inarritu because this film just blows my mind at how it was shot to look like it was done in one take. And I know there are cuts here or there. I mean, there are points where the camera like pans or pushes in to like a dark space, and you could tell they cut it right there, and they picked it up, you know, making it look like it's still done in one take. You know, the camera will like tilt upward to the sky in the nighttime, and then, you know, you'll see like a flash, and then it'll be like daytime, and it'll tilt back downward, and that's how you know that they're still not doing it in one take, even though it still looked like it was done in one take, and that really blows me away. And one thing I really love about that is that you can tell that the director, the actors, the crew, they were all committed, and they all worked their butts off to make this film look like it was shot in one take. The actors put their A game to memorize their lines and accurately portray the characters they were attempting to portray. And because of that, I have the utmost respect for this director, for this movie, for this crew, for this cast, and that's why I loved it. And I loved how it looked like it was shot in one take. I love that. It just, shooting something in one take makes you feel like the movie will never end. I think it adds to the realism, and I really love that about Birdman. moving onward, apart from the wonderful direction, the cast is incredible. One of the best ensemble casts of the entire year. Almost all of them deserve Oscar nominations, without a doubt, by far. The film is masterfully shot by Emmanuel Lubezki, who just shot Gravity. Incredible looking images you're going to see in this film, guys. And I know it's all meant to look like shot in one take, and it just, oh my god, it's incredible. The film is also very well edited. I can imagine how hard it must have been to make the film look like it was shot in one take for the editor, a guy who was editing the whole thing, you know. Good work. And also the score, it was all done with drums. Love that as well. And even the screenplay, very well done, tackling those themes of feeling important, feeling relevant in society, the media, film critics, how film critics look at plays, movies, etc., and all of that. I loved all of that and how it was portrayed in the film. I love how the movie works as a satire on Hollywood and on Broadway and on actors, celebrities, social media. All of that works so well with Birdman. If I had to complain about one thing in this film, it's that although I loved the ending as a whole, the fact that the very end of the film, and I mean the very, like the last shot, which is spoiled in the trailer, unfortunately, was ambiguous, and that's kind of what bothered me, because I'm still trying to interpret the ending. I think this is a movie that needs to be seen twice to really fully enjoy it, so I'm going to see this again when it comes out on Blu-ray, but as of right now, I don't fully understand the ending, and it's very ambiguous. I'm trying to get it. Once I get it, I think I'll love this movie even more than I did. With all that being said, guys, like I said, why did I say 8? 9.25 out of 10, A- for Birdman. High recommend you guys go check it out. I think you'll all love it more than I did, actually, and I really enjoyed it. It's one of the best movies of the year, and it'll just blow you away. It blew me away, especially with how it was directed and acted. And with all that said, guys, if you guys got a chance to see Birdman, let me know what you thought about it down below. Did you love it? Were you blown away by it? Or are you shocked at what they accomplished in this movie? Let me know down below. Let me know if you think it's Oscar worthy. I definitely do. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next review. Bye.